hitting up another VOD release this time, so I want to talk about The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Now, this is kind of the remake slash sequel, kind of walks a fine line. Basically, it's a movie that acknowledges that the real events really happened, but it also says that the last film was just a movie. So every year in Texarkana, they're all gathering to watch The Town That Dreaded Sundown around Halloween, and boy, could I think of a lot better things to do besides that. Regardless, one girl and her boyfriend, they go to the little makeout area, and the Phantom shows up, and he offs the guy, and next thing you know, she's left to tell the tale, and town's going crazy, and they're trying to figure out who's doing it, and it kind of goes a little bit of a scream route, because it's kind of smart. Even though it's a slasher, it's kind of smart. I think like the only real problem I had with The Town That Dreaded Sundown is that the fact that they kind of established that the Phantom Killer has these really, really gnarly blue eyes. So therefore, every guy that you see in this movie has some same eyes. And there is some comedic stuff. There's a serious tone overall for some part of it, although, you know, you think, well, this is serious. But then there's kind of like some laughing, you know, funny stuff that happens. So you're like, oh, so it's kind of a lighthearted horror film. I don't know. It's really eerie, and it's shot in a, well, not eerie. It's really atmospheric, I guess you could say, because it's kind of shot in a pretty creative way, which makes things just seem strange and weird, which it's a good strange and weird, so don't go thinking I'm saying it's not a good film, because I actually like this one overall. The ending, we've kind of seen the ending before, and there's some twist at the end, but I think it's probably not going to live or die by the ending, because it's kind of just walks a fine line of being just entertaining enough along the way, and the gore does help, and the lead does help, because I think she's a really good lead. And the ending, you know, maybe some people ain't going to be very happy with that, although I didn't mind it. I don't really know how else they could have done it unless they did go another route that I won't talk about here because it kind of spoil things. But overall, as far as the somewhat remake, somewhat sequelish Town That Dreaded Sundown, I'm going to say if you guys get a chance to check it out, you should, because it was fun. And I don't know if it'd make my top 10, but if I did a top 20, it may just find a spot on there. So thumbs up. It's weird. It's shot really interestingly, kind of like Intruder in the way it's shot in some ways, because there's just some odd camera work. But I like it, man, and I think you will too, especially if you like slashers that are maybe you know, keep enough of the traditional sense in it, but also add a little bit of some new elements in there to kind of carry you over. So the Town That Dreaded Sundown, it's not perfect, but it's okay in my book.